Hey, Mark! Mark, my old pal! Mark, say something! Don't ignore me! What? I'm not ignoring you. What's up, amigo? Finally! Why haven't you written back? Why? Do you seriously not know why? It's a weekday. Huh? It's noon on a weekday, dude. I'm hard at work. Yeah, really? It's a weekday? You're working? Yup, it's a weekday. Not just that, it's Wednesday. Literally the middle of the week. I'm right in the middle of work. No kidding. I have no idea what day it is. Sorry. I know you're a freelancer, but you should really get out of the house every once in a while. And Company Drone should take some time to relax at home. Come to think of it, I haven't really had any real time off lately. Let's grab a drink sometime. Yeah, let's booze it up. Let's go. I've really been wanting to chat about old times. You always talk about the same stuff every time I see you. It's always old middle school track stories or something. Yeah, because those were great times. Well, you're not wrong. Anyway, this time I've got something else to tell you. Kind of an important announcement. Big news. Is that what's got you so excited? Yep. I'd like to meet up and tell you in person. A big announcement. Sounds intriguing. Can you just tell me now? Yeah, I can wait until we meet up. Besides, you're in the middle of work, right? Focus on work, office boy. Actually, I'm officially on my lunch break right now, so let's hear it. Well, if you're so eager that you can't even work, then I guess I could tell you. I'm married. Chad, a married man. Wait, you're married? You said you are married? Not getting married? That's right. I should have told you sooner, I know. But I'm married. +1 to the Berg family. Well, kinda. Maybe -1? What do you mean -1? Did you take her name or something? Actually, yeah. Ah, nice. Well, anyway, congrats. Actually, perfect timing. I guess there's something I should probably tell you too. Oh yeah? You got news as well? Good news, bad news? Good news. Actually, I'm married also. Not on paper, but common law. Ah, congratulations! Common law is getting pretty common recently, I heard. Since a lot of people don't want to change the name anyway. Yeah, we thought about it a bit. But she's got a pretty rare last name, so she doesn't really want to change it. And my parents don't care about passing on the family name or anything. Oh, your wife has an interesting last name too? Too? Your wife has an interesting last name? Yeah, and since I'm the second son anyway, and she didn't want to change her name, I figured I might as well take hers. So we've both got married around the same time to women with interesting names. That's why we're such good friends. We've always been totally in sync. So what's she like? She's perfect. Humble, sweet, cute, always smells like flowers. Smells like flowers? Sounds like you're pretty bewitched. Nah, maybe. Do you know Karen from the flower shop by the library? Yeah, that's my wife, actually. What about her? Your wife? She's my wife. Huh? What the fuck? You mean PP Flowers, near the library? Yeah, Karen. Wait. Her last name is Power? Yeah. Karen Power. Your wife? Same. What the fuck? That's my wife. No, that's my wife. Maybe there's 2 Karen Powers that work at the flower shop? There's no way. Oh, I have a headache. I'm getting a bad feeling about this. A bad feeling? This is a nightmare. Let me message her. It's better if you don't say anything. Does she live with you? Okay. You alright? You know what? Let's meet up after you finish work. We should get all the facts straight. Got it. Good idea. I really have to get back to work right now or I'm gonna get canned. I'll message you when I'm done. Hey, babe.
Hey, sweetie. How was your day? You're off today, right?
It's a weekday, so I had to work as usual. Where are you?
I'm just at home. Why?
I just felt like talking with you.
Aw, that's so sweet.
We're married, right?
Even though I'm not changing my name, we are still married. Thank you for being so understanding about this.
Of course, I definitely got not wanting to change your name. But I've got something that I want to ask you. I was just wondering if you had dated anyone else before me. Especially if there was anyone you considered getting married to.
Are you jealous? That's so cute. Of course I dated people before you. But you're the first person I ever got as far as even thinking about marrying.
Oh, really? I was the first person you ever thought about marrying?
So there's no reason to be jealous.
Anyway, Karen, you're not hiding anything from me, are you?
What do you mean?
Well, I saw...
Saw what?
It's going back a bit, but didn't you pass by my office about 2 weeks ago? I looked out the window and I saw you walking by with some guy.
Oh, sorry. Actually, I've got an older brother.
A brother?
Sorry I didn't tell you. But like you said, I went out with my brother about 2 weeks ago. I guess we did pass right by your office then. Looking at it now, I can see why you might have been jealous, but it was just my brother. So please don't be jealous. Ah, I'm so worried now.
Ah, okay, it was your brother. Would you mind telling me what his name is?
His name? Well...
What do you mean, well?
Oh, nothing. Chad. His name's Chad.
Ah, bingo! Actually, I got a message from Chad today. He said he got married. You see where this is going, right? He said his wife's name was Karen Power, and that she works at the flower shop near the library. Now, why do you think he would tell me that his wife has the same name and job as you?
No idea. Hold on. Actually, there's another girl at my work with the same name.
That's enough, don't you think? Fun's over. I lied about seeing you near my work 2 weeks ago. But it's true that you walked by with Chad, isn't it? He told me. Don't even bother with excuses. Chad and I have been friends since middle school.
What?
Why did you lie? Why did you do this?
What a pain.
What?
After I went through all the trouble of finding both a poor but reliable salaryman and a highly paid freelancer. You guys are friends from school. Are you kidding me? I did my research and everything. And then dropped the ball right in front of the end zone.
Maybe start with a little bit of remorse before you start your analysis?
Ugh. I was gonna make bank off you idiots. This is just great.
Okay, so this is the real you then? Me and Chad were just there to line your wallet? This is ridiculous.
Well, I'm hot, and that's all that really matters in this world. When you're hot, you can get away with anything. Well, as long as you only mess with stupid guys.
Didn't you realize you'd get caught?
Like I said, not by stupid guys. Setting you aside, Chad is head over heels for me. He'll lap up even the worst excuse. Hook, line, and sinker. Anyway, I've got no use for you anymore, so take a hike.
You know I've got this conversation as proof, right?
In this day and age, anyone can fake a conversation like this. Completely worthless.
You don't think there's a risk he would be convinced, even if I showed him in real life?
There's no reason the two of you would meet in real life. Hold on a second. You said that he messaged you. Your middle school friends.
Yup. Speaking of being stupid, I'm looking right into your house right now.
My house?
Well, I guess I should say your parents' house? Anyway, I'm looking right at the front door.
That's Chad's car? Wait. Why are you with Chad?
Honey, I'm home. So this is your parents' house, huh? It's huge. You even lied about your parents being gone. You really had me going. But actually, you've been living here with Chad, huh? You must be pretty well off to be able to afford that second place where we always meet. And yet you've been pretending that your parents tossed you out and you could barely make ends meet? You know I actually don't have parents, right? I thought it was really fate. Meeting someone who had been through the same hardship and could understand my pain. I'm beyond words right now.
Hold on a second. There's been some kind of mistake.
There's no mistake. I met up with Chad as soon as I finished work. We checked each other's messages and made sure we understood the situation completely.
What?
Let's get your parents involved, and the five of us can all have a nice chat. Buckle up. Karen's parents live in what you might call a mansion. Right after that, Chad and I barged into the house. Her parents were completely shocked. Karen climbed out of a window and ran off. But Chad and I were both on the track team in middle school and high school, so there was never really any hope of her getting away. Afterwards, the five of us had a long and serious talk. We agreed that Karen would pay both me and Chad compensation for damages, and we would cut ties with her. We both ended up receiving several payments. Sorting this situation out has been a huge relief. I figured Karen's parents would end up just shouldering all of the payments. But contrary to my expectations, they decided to hold her accountable. Karen had to quit her nice, easy job at the flower shop by the library. And now she's working tirelessly morning and night to pay back all the money her parents had to cover. Chad and I were kind of curious about what exactly she was doing, so we asked her parents about it once. But they told us we were better off not knowing. About a year later, Chad and I were both dating new people. And you better believe that the very first thing we did was make sure they weren't the same person.
Aaron, how are you doing? I heard you finally moved, huh? I guess I won't be seeing you and little Kennedy anymore, huh? I'm gonna be sad and lonely without you around. Jake seems really upset about it, too. But you can come back anytime you want. We'll still be your friends. I mean, if we're not busy.
I see you took the time to contact me. Is that all you wanted to say?
Yeah, so why do you seem so angry?
If you've got nothing else to say to me, goodbye.
Come on, don't say that to me.
What is it? Do you want something else from me?
What do you mean, want something else? Wait, are you talking about Jake? Are you trying to say that I took Jake from you?
That's what happened, isn't it? You were a single mother and you recklessly butted in on our family and took my child's father. Now Jake's living with you, isn't he?
I didn't take Jake from you. He came on to me first, so don't blame this on me. You need to understand it wasn't my fault. Do you see?
Yeah. Whatever. It doesn't matter now. If you don't want anything, then we're done here, right? You stole my husband from me. I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Okay, I'll tell you what I really messaged you to say. To tell you the truth. Jake and I are getting married.
Oh, okay.
Come on, give me more of a reaction. Actually, to be more specific, we're officially married as of today. We're having the actual wedding ceremony later, though.
That's nice.
Hey, show some more interest than that. I know you're really bitter about this. You're just acting this way because you're jealous. Jake chose me over you. Obviously, you're going to be upset and jealous, right? But you really can't blame him. I mean, when you look at both of us, I'm clearly the better catch. And you're always working. You were too busy to give him what he needed. I heard you barely did any housework either, huh?
I wasn't that busy at work. I was always home on time, and I always had the housework done. Anytime a guy cheats, those are his typical excuses for doing it, even if they're not true. Did you not know that?
Don't talk down to me like that. Even if you talk down to me, it doesn't change the fact that you lost to me. Just accept it. Jake ended his marriage with you so he could come and be with me. He said from now on he's going to be a good father for my little Max, and he's going to help raise him as his own. So don't try to get in the way.
I have no interest in trying to get in anyone's way. I don't want anything to do with him or you ever again. He's paid me up front for everything I got in the divorce, so I think things are going to be pretty tough for him for a while as it is. I hope you can help support Jake through this.
Pretty tough? What are you talking about? Things won't be tough for us. Jake works for a major company and makes lots of money. Everyone wishes they had a job as good as his. That's why I have no idea why he married such a plain, run-of-the-mill woman like you in the first place. Honestly, it's surprising. Sorry to say. Well, Jake is Max's father now, so even if your kid sees Jake at the daycare, make sure he doesn't call him Daddy anymore. Oh wait, you moved, so that won't be an issue, will it? You ran away with your tail between your legs, didn't you? That's because you're a loser.
Wow, you seem really happy, don't you? That's good. I'm just glad you're happy with Jake. I really am.
What are you saying? You're just trying to act like none of this bothers you, aren't you?
No. I mean it. I'm glad you're happy. And in fact, now that Jake has left and hooked up with you, I couldn't be happier either.
What do you mean? Are you being sarcastic? You're just acting like this because you're the loser. Because you're a loser.
No, that's not it at all. But if thinking that makes you feel better, then go right ahead. I think things are going to be pretty tough for you from here on out. So just do your best. I'll be rooting for you the whole time.
Why are you acting like you're better than me? This isn't sitting right with me. Don't you understand? You lost to me. I took your husband. He chose me over you. He's a handsome man with a great job and works for a huge company. He's mine now, not yours. He even told me that I'm better than you in every way.
So, Kimberly, you've got a nice little house there, yet you don't work. Your house is provided to you through your dad's company, right?
That's right. So even though I'm a single mother, I don't have to work. My house and utilities are all paid for by my dad's company. Unlike you, who has to work all the time or else you'd be poor. I've got no problems with money.
But your father's company isn't very big, is it?
I guess it's a small-scale business, but I'm the owner's daughter. So with my parents' help, I do just fine on my own. Got it? I'm not like you.
Oh, so that's why Jake picked you, huh?
Huh?
The whole reason Jake got his great job in the first place is because my father is high up in his company.
What are you talking about? Oh, again, are you just upset because you lost him to me?
No, this is the truth. That company usually never hires anyone straight out of high school. They usually want people with degrees and years of experience. But Jake said he wanted to marry me, so my father pulled a bunch of strings at the company to get Jake hired so he could provide for me. That's all it was. Jake has no real skills. In fact, even after working there this whole time, Jake still wasn't even very good at his job.
That's not possible. Why would you say something like that? It doesn't even make sense.
I'm just telling you what really happened. I was young and stupid back then. I was taken in by his looks and his passion and enthusiasm. He wanted me, so I married him without giving much thought to it. But to tell you the truth, the guy's got a gambling problem. It's gotten really bad recently, too. He even went as far as blowing all of my savings on his addiction. On top of that, he was always messing up at work. I knew it was just a matter of time before even my dad's pull at the company couldn't keep him there and he got fired. I guess Jake knew I was fed up with him and about to kick him out too. That's why he went running to the first girl that he thought he could use. That's why he went to you.
Oh, shut up. None of that is true. Jake is always surprising me with expensive presents. He has lots of money.
They're probably just cheap knockoffs he found online. Jake has no money. But to trick you into taking him, he probably tried his best to woo you over. That's what I think anyway. Jake and his parents are both in debt. He paid me all my compensation money in one lump sum too. I know he didn't have any money, so I assume he borrowed it from somewhere.
He's never mentioned anything like that to me. He's never talked to me about money.
Huh. You married him without ever talking about money. You never once looked into his financial situation?
Of course not. Why would I? He works for a big company. I never thought there'd be a need to verify what he makes.
Jake, he doesn't have a job. He got fired before we divorced. There's no way he has money.
He goes to work every day.
You think going to the casino is work?
I don't believe you. I'm going to ask him as soon as he gets home. We went to City Hall this morning to sign the marriage certificate. I assume he was taking the whole day off to celebrate with me, but he said he had to work in the afternoon, so he isn't here right now.
I'll bet you he's at the casino. If you just go there and check, you'll be able to see for yourself. At any rate, I've got a decent job, and when my father needs an interpreter at his office for their overseas business, I help with that through remote work at home. So Kennedy and I will be living just fine on our own without Jake. We really didn't need any money, but Jake also paid all of my child support payments up front in one lump sum too.
Why? If he's broke, like you said he is, how could he possibly pay you years of child support up front?
My dad pressured him into it because my dad figured Jake would eventually default on the payments otherwise. But mainly because Jake had been stealing a bunch of money from the company and my dad found out. He was likely stealing it for his gambling addiction. My dad said if he didn't pay me the child support and compensation money up front, there'd be legal action taken for what he did at work. The police would be involved and most likely Jake would get jail time for it. Jake did everything he could do to get the money and pay me so that wouldn't happen. I have no idea where he was able to borrow the money from, but I guess it doesn't matter now. From now on, Jake can rely on you anytime he needs something, right?
He can't rely on me for money. My father was thinking the same way as Jake.
What do you mean?
My dad's company isn't doing very well at the moment. My dad asked me to help them out. He wanted me to marry someone with money as soon as possible. And I figured if I did that, I wouldn't have to work and I could still help my dad financially.
Oh, I see. Well, that's too bad, because the guy you married this morning is an unemployed gambling addict. Not only that, but he's in massive debt, and he's in his early 40s. You got a real winner, didn't you?
You're being serious, aren't you? Is what you're saying really true?
Every word. I've got no reason to lie to you. I know you don't want to hear this, but thanks to you, all my troubles are gone now. By taking Jake from me, you've really helped me out. I can't thank you enough. And being able to get compensation money from both of you for cheating is the icing on the cake. I hope you and him have a great life together. Oh, and congratulations on your wedding.
Why didn't you tell me all of this sooner? If I knew all that, I wouldn't have set my sights on him.
Huh, you set your sights on him. I thought you said he came on to you first.
Whatever, that's not the point right now. I thought Jake was rich. That's the only reason I decided to marry him. This isn't going to help me, my parents, or my dad's company. What am I supposed to do now?
Well, I guess all you can do now is pray. Pray that Jake strikes it big at the casino.
That's not going to happen. Can't your father do something? Can't you make him hire Jake back?
He's not married to me anymore, so there's no point. There's nothing in it for me. Oh, and speaking of something in it for me, it looks like you haven't paid me my compensation money yet. You know I'm suing you for it, right? My lawyer has already contacted you multiple times.
I thought when I married Jake, Jake would pay my amount for me. If he doesn't have any money, what am I supposed to do?
I don't know, but you better do something. Beg your parents or your friends. You have to pay it by the settlement date or things are going to be even worse for you.
But you understand my current situation, right? I just told you everything. I had no idea that Jake didn't have any money.
That's something you should have checked before you married him. If you didn't, that's your fault. It's not my problem. Jake was able to pay his portion, so you should have no problem paying yours, right? Your father is the owner of a company, after all. Right after that, Kimberly went down to the casino and found Jake there. Kimberly questioned Jake about everything, and she found out that everything Aaron had told her about Jake was true. After telling her father everything that happened, Kimberly was able to borrow the money from him to pay off Aaron's compensation claim. But because Kimberly hadn't verified anything about Jake's financial situation before marrying him, her father refused to help her with any of Jake's debts and turned his back on both of them after that. Because Kimberly had a small child and now her unemployed husband brought with him a massive debt, she had no choice but to start working for the first time in her life.